Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. This is your man Dre Mac coming to you with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 6:30 in the morning session. You already know how I get it in, how I get it done. Hopefully you guys are waking up, getting ready for work, getting ready for an exciting day at work. Me personally, you already know I got to get this work in for y'all and everything. And of course, the subject of the day is Jonathan Majors getting dumped by his talent manager over the arrest of the alleged assault. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about I was on TMZ yesterday, and I'm going to bring up the subject that I talked about on TMZ. Unfortunately, the Sisters Was Monday show is probably not going to show up till later on this today, or either I think it's later on the day. So I won't be able to post a clip, but as soon as I'm able to post a clip, I'm gonna make sure to get that clip to y'all. Also, I'm going to talk about Ralph Ralph Yarl. And I'm going to talk about his situation, kind of give an update based on my video that I did on yesterday. So I'm gonna get into all of that and everything. And again, hopefully you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. You're ready to get this thing started because I am. But the real question is,
Are you ready?
all right, all right, all right. Um, Make sure if you're coming in, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, push it through the algorithm. Make sure that you don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. These are actually it's bright in here, and I actually don't need those. I was trying to look sophisticated, but I really normally wear those at night, which technically it is, but technically without the lighting and stuff in here, I don't need that. I'm already shiny up in this piece. You know what I mean? But so yesterday I was on TMZ, and there was a subject that came up. It was funny because I was supposed to do I think the Love Is Blind, talk about the Netflix, my reaction to what Netflix is doing with their live shows, which I understand they're trying to get a live crowd. I mean, or trying to do things live. But even the Chris Rock special showed you that everything can't be live, especially comedy shows. I don't care how much a comedian does a routine. They could literally do, you know, 10 cities, top notch, jokes fire, everything. Something is different about you being recorded live. It's just something different. You know what I mean? So I can understand why he kind of flubbed it up. You know what I mean? So um they what about say? Um I actually got the conversation. What's going on, Eric Shaw? Hopefully you're doing good. Um Let me see. I'm trying to find the article from TMZ, but it had to do with Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman came out and said, that uh Black history, I mean, yeah, the word African American um is played out. It doesn't really, you know, quantify us in so many words because we are not a continent. And it was something interesting because they just threw me on. It was funny because I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and I was live on Instagram. This is why y'all need to follow me on Instagram at the Real Dre Mac. You know what I mean? Because I post more stuff there. Of course, I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Twitch, on YouTube, and all of that. But man, follow me on Instagram because that's where normally you will see a lot of my stuff. But good morning, Mika G. Appreciate you you stopping by. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Um let me see if I can actually find the I think I'm gonna try to find the article. I'm sorry. Golly. TMZ. Morgan Freeman. See if I can pull that up. Yeah. And again, I was on this segment. Uh so I'm going to try to share it real quick and try to pull it up. TMZ, they have this thing called viewer choice segment. That's what it's called. Where they allow viewers to say what's on their give their commentary. And you know me, I've been doing social commentary for the last 17 going on this is the 6th year. So I've been doing social commentary, so it's right up my alley. But with this one it I'm actually glad it happened. I wish I could um pull up the clip, but the clip is not available. So this is TMZ's. He said Black History Month is insulting. So is African American. And what he mean by Black History insulting? Now I'm gonna get to what he's saying. I get the gist of what he's saying. Morgan Freeman says he doesn't like Black History Month or the term African American and views both as insulting. The actor makes his feelings known in the interview with the Sunday Times, telling the UK publication Black History Month is insulting. You're going to regulate my history to a month? Morgan feels it's, the same way about African American, explaining, I don't subscribe to that title. Black people have different titles all the way back to the N word. And I do not know how these things get such a grip, but everyone uses African American. What does it really mean? Most Black people in the part of the world are mongrels, and you say Africa as if it's a country when it's a continent like Europe. Um, it said Morgan made the comments in response to a question about an old TV interview he gave way back in 2005 when he said the only way to end racism is start talking about race. In an old interview, Morgan tells a TV host, I'm going to stop calling you a white man and going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. The Sunday Times asked if he still feels the same way 18 years later. You go, oh, as an old man that. It's the real Dre Mack, Eric Shaw, the real Dre Mack. You understand? All one word. So he says, the Sunday Times asked if he feels the same way 18 years later. That's when he went off about Black History Month and using African American, reportedly raising his voice as he explained his views. When the interview recorded Denzel Washington as one saying, I'm very proud to be Black, but Black is not all I am. Morgan says, yes, exactly. I'm totally in agreement. You can't define me that way. And I agree. This is why I'm glad that they picked me. They picked your boy to get on that subject right there. That went wrong figure. That one right there. I'm so glad they got me on this, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm glad they got me on that particular subject right there. You know what I mean? I have my DNA, and I said in I. You know what? Sometimes you got to have boldness and stand on what you really believe in. I don't care who it is. Stand on what you believe in, because the first thing I said is like, look, I agree with Morgan Freeman, what he's saying, because I did my DNA research and my ancestors came from Portugal. You know what I'm saying? That's in Spain. You know what I mean? They wasn't originally what we call Africans. And I had to explain that Black people is all over the world. It's just not in Africa. We were everywhere. When I mean everywhere, we was everywhere. You know what I mean? Not just not just Spain and Portugal. We were in what we call Britain. You know what I'm saying? All through Germany, Russia. You know what I mean? China. You know, all through Asia. You know, what we call Pakistan, India. You know, Israel. All of that. We were all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We were in America before they were in America. And I have a book that's in PDF form. And shout out to my man Josh Weekly, because he was like, man, I want to see that book. And in that book, it's called America. It's from like 1555, but I have it in PDF form because like that book was like at one time on Amazon for like $10,000, like something ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like something like absolutely ridiculous. So, in that book, it actually shows you what the Portuguese look like, what the Spaniards look like, and what the people of America look like. And they distinctly drawn them dark, black, blackety black. You know, I couldn't really get into even, you know, because originally when Carter G. Woodson first came up with what we call Black History Month, it was Negro History Month. And we know, and if you don't know, you know right now that the word Negro, the way that we say it, comes from the Spanish word negro. You know what I mean? That means what? Black. So, you know, I get why people call themselves African American, but Africa is a continent. You don't call you. How many times do we call white people European Americans? No. In the other words, you would call any white person is Caucasian. But Caucasian is not a continent either. I mean, and that comes from the root word, you know, Caucasus, which was the Caucasus Mountains. If you really want to break it down, but why is it that people get mad when we don't subscribe to their rhetoric, what they want us to be called? And when we buck against that, which I understand where Morgan Freeman is coming from, and literally understand. And that's why I'm glad I got that subject on TMZ, because for one, you're not just gonna just tell me when I am, when I'm a many of things, but just African, which is a continent that doesn't make sense. There's over 50 some odd countries in Africa. You're going to define me to the continent? You know what I mean? And then when you do, and that's the interesting thing about DNA tests, because a Heplo group showed you where your ancestors, you know, where your oldest ancestor resided at, right? So my oldest ancestors resided in Spain and Portugal. Then they show you what DNA markers you have based on the countries around the globe, which Nigeria, Gambia, you know what I mean, Guinea, and all of these other places, Egyptian, it's Maghreb in Egypt, you know what I mean, this in there, you know, all of these things. Now you start to wonder, which I called, you know what I'm saying, the DNA, I did it through FamilyTreeDNA.com. I called them. I literally called them. What up, Duke? Duke is in the building. What's going on, man? So I called FamilyTreeDNA.com. I called them and said, yo, for one, why does my Helpflow group say, you know what I'm saying, that I'm from West Europe, Western Europe, in Spain and Portugal, because my Helpflow group is RM269. But then I got all this African stuff in me. And the lady was so nice, and I thank her for this information. She was like, look, you got to look at it in many different ways. You had a great migration, right? Where people came out of lands, because all of, you know, the original man was in the continent of Africa, in the sub-Saharan, I mean, not the sub-Saharan, but in the I want to say they found body of the first man in the Horn of Africa, around the middle of Africa. But anyway, come from Africa, right? Woo, come from the continent of Africa, right? And we spread. But she also said in your particular case, you have to take in consideration the transatlantic slave trade and all those slave ports. So when she said that, something clicked in me. Something opened up. My antennas was open, and I had to get some information. So I started to pull up some information, right? Started digging in some books. See, there were black people in Spain and Portugal in 1492 who studied a Hebraic, and I'm saying that I'm doing the air quotes for a reason because I'm not trying to, have my channel flag for anti-Semitism or anything. But what I'm telling you is those people practice a Hebraic way of life. You know what I mean? It did during the 1492 Inquisition because these people wouldn't convert to the Christianity, which is now known as Catholicism. You know what they did? They either killed them or sent them over to the west coast of Africa and dumped them there. Then doubled back and came back and enslaved these people and took them to South America and North America. Why do you think they call you Negro? I don't want to start preaching in here or telling y'all this truth. You know what I mean? I don't have enough time to tell that on TMZ, but they knew what I was getting at. That's all I'm saying. So that's why it's important to know your history, know exactly where you come from, so they don't define you. So again, when I get the clip from TMZ, I'll make sure to post it so y'all can see it. If you was on the Instagram live, y'all would have seen me talking to them live or whatever. You can still look it up because I kept it on there and everything. So that is that. Yes, I did have a good time on TMZ though. That was funny. So let's get to the crux. Let's get to the crux of this story. And I got an example that I'm gonna use with this story. And it's gonna sound funny, but Jonathan Majors being dumped by his talent manager. So Jonathan Majors has taken a complete hit. It was like 1 minute we're celebrating him. He's on the cover of what was the Essence or whatever. People's talking about his clothes, and I'm gonna talk about us, certain group of black folks. I won't say that word on there, but you know what, the word that I'm getting ready to use, because normally we associate that with the ignorant folk. But when this article came out, I think the Hollywood Reporter or Insider first broke this story about Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors, I honestly feel bad for Jonathan Majors. And before I get any further, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, make sure to like the video. Make sure to put the comments in the comment section or whatever. And make sure to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. All the rhetoric, yada, 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 that I got to do so I can get pushed. Push your boy before they take me. If you ever watch Dave Chappelle, they will come take you. They took Tina Turner, Michael Jackson, James Brown, gave him back. And so let me go ahead and share my screen and let me talk about this Jonathan Majors story. And I really, honestly, I do feel bad for Jonathan Majors as of now because all the information hasn't came out. We still don't know anything, but I know that his talent manager left him, his PR person left him. You know what I mean? And it's starting not to sound good, but I said this on, what was it, yesterday's show, that they were going to, the publication is going to make sure that this brother is going to get dogged in the publications. They're going to get him. They're going to get him. This is the way it works. They was going to get him. And right now, this man is having one of the worst. I mean, you just on top, having one of the worst late March, early Aprils I've seen. So it says, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania star Jonathan Majors parted ways with his talent manager at Entertainment 360 after an actor was arrested on charges of domestic violence. So what it sounds like, he was already the talent manager already left him after his arrest. Let me see. Deadline reported that that Entertainment 360, the longtime talent manager for Majors, had dropped the actor as a client just 3 weeks after he was arrested on, well, that's changes that. 3 weeks after he was arrested on charges of domestic violence against an unnamed woman. While the arrest was not directly cited as a reason for the separation, sources claimed that the decision was due to Major's personal behavior. We've said it, if anybody who's been charting this story, I said that prior to all of this, they were going to start talking about how he was not good to work with. You know what I mean? They're going to start talking about how, how Jonathan Majors is a problem and all of that. So when you have Deadline reporting this on personal behavior, where was his personal behavior when y'all was on tour with Creed? What was his personal behavior, on Ant-Man and the Wasp of Quantumania? What was y'all problem when he was doing The Harder They Fall, Lovecraft Country, so on and so forth? Where, the Five Bloods, where was the personal behaviors? You know what I mean? What up, Jericho? My homie. Yeah, it is. It's a highly weird, no typo. So my question is, where was the personal behavior problems prior to? What, you know what I mean? Because we didn't hear anything about Jonathan Majors having personal problems when he was on Lovecraft Country, when he was coming up in the ranks. We didn't hear any type of things about Jonathan Majors' personal anything. Now, all of a sudden now, there's personal problems with Jonathan Majors because of this behavior. Something ain't right. Something just does not smell right. And if the man is guilty of what he did, I'm out of it. But you have to prove to me, without a shadow of a doubt, that that man is guilty. I'm not going to say he's guilty until you prove to me, without a shadow of a doubt, that man is guilty. And this is where I'm going to talk about us. Well, let me get to this. Let me finish this real quick. The actor was also let go by his PR firm, the Letty Company, in March. Additionally, Majors and the Valentino Fashion House mutually agreed that they would not attend the Met Gala as guests. Now, let me put this out there, because I want to make this clear. We, the ones that are ignorant, that look like me, stop destroying your own people on social media. I went to the Shade Room, and the Shade Room pops up because they literally, post every single day. Every single day. It's always something. So in the comment section on this particular story, because they broke this story yesterday, and of course, I had stuff to do. So I'm reading the comments, and all I could see was black folks with the shade of ignorance was like, see, this is what he get for messing with that white girl. See, this is what happened when brothers mess with that white girl, 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 white girl, white girl. I was waiting for Dr. Umar just to enter the chat, just because say he stopped messing with snow bunnies. I was just waiting, and he's getting what he deserves. And the text messages doomed him, and he shouldn't have been messing with that white so-and-so anyway. Listen, y'all don't say this when sisters mess with white men and things go down in the white, and you know what I'm saying, with her white boyfriend. Why do y'all do that all the time? You know what I mean? Why do we do that to each other? You know what I mean? If that man wants, he can mess with whoever he wants to. No matter what, if he gets into a situation where the police is called over a domestic dispute, I hate to tell you, but somebody's going to jail. And 9 times out of 10, it's the man, unless they show up and that woman is attacking him. Other than that, your black ass is going to jail. Sorry to tell you, it's the truth. Whether it was a black girl, white girl, Mexican girl, Chinese girl, alien, doesn't matter. Your ass is going to jail. So when NYPD showed up, you know what I mean? And no telling what this man and this woman was doing in that car. It could have been Ikatina. You know what I mean? She could have been attacking him. You don't know, because we don't know. We don't have any information. But all we have is other black folks attacking this man. And I told y'all, like Kendrick Lamar said, was shit hits a fan, are you still a fan? And I could tell y'all not really fans. Y'all look like y'all waiting for the star to fall. That's why I named this Falling Star. Y'all love to see us fall. It is so embarrassing. You know what I mean? But then talk about, oh, well, let's uplift our people and black power and black empowerment or whatever. When one of us fall, y'all can't wait to get on social media and destroy us. No matter what we did for y'all can't wait to crack jokes and destroy us. That's a problem that I have with us. You know what I mean? That all the information ain't even out, and all we got is some funky text messages, and y'all already trying to deed the man a woman beater and all of this. And look, he's difficult to work with. And look at this, and look what he's done, and yada yada yada. Not saying, you know what? Let me sit back real quick, and I'm praying that none of this allegations is right. You ought to be, but you know, let's just wait for all the information to come out first before I make a judgment on this guy, because I ain't made no judgment. I don't know what he did. What I'm not going to do is continue to destroy us. It's something that Kevin Samuel said. We need a black male code. We need a code amongst black people where we don't get online and we don't get so caught up in our feelings and exit out logical thought and just start destroying our own people on social media. What'd you say, Jay? You said first they hate you, then they love you, then they hate you again. Absolutely. And it's funny because you won't really hear this with white actors. You don't see a lot of other, the closest thing we got to a white actor really kind of getting destroyed based on what he did, which all came out to be something totally different, was Johnny Depp. And then after Amber Heard, and then what's funny is because we're in the land of believe all women. I ain't gonna believe nobody until I'm proven, until the proof is in the pudding. No, I'm not gonna believe all women. I'm not gonna believe all men. I'm going to believe the truth. Because believe all women, you can do absolutely nothing. She be smacking you and all of that, call the police, saying you hit me and you go to jail. You know what I mean? Why would I want to believe all women when that can happen to me in my life? No. What about the truth? His word, her word, in the middle is the truth somewhere. You know what I mean? And we live in a time where you can't afford to have certain people in your circle because they will destroy what you're trying to build. Simple as that. They will destroy what you're trying to build. I don't care if it's girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, the homies in the circle, homegirls. They will destroy because they want to be you and can't be in that position. Let's be real, y'all. So I'm not going to bash this brother. I'm not going to bash him at all. I don't even have proof that he did anything. I don't have proof that he did or did not do it. So why do we continuously go on social media and we go on the shade rooms and all of that and continually bash our people? No matter what they do, we just think it's funny just to roast and crack and say this and say that on social media, man. I'm just saying. Now, let me just say this. let's get finished with this, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. In March, Major was arrested for assault and harassment in March. Well, that's kind of weird. Okay, in March, Major was arrested for assault and harassment in March on domestic abuse allegations involving an unnamed woman, Major's girlfriend, who at the time was taken to the hospital for minor injuries to her head and neck. The actor was charged at NYC on March 25th, though he and his legal team have denied the allegations made against him. Majors Lee reportedly called 911 on his girlfriend prior to his arrest. Have y'all noticed that the 911 tape hasn't leaked either? Have y'all really noticed that? Think about that for a second. If this man was guilty, like guilty, or let's say the man is guilty, you don't think in the 911 call would have been the icing on the cake to like literally, and I don't care about it's under investigation, bullshit. They will leak something in a heartbeat to TMZ. Good, because they can get paid easily. Oh, I got that 911 tape of Jonathan Majors calling on his girlfriend. But if we're trying to paint a narrative, you know what I mean, that black men are, women beaters, and black men ain't no good. If we're trying to paint a narrative and we're trying to push a stereotype and ideology, why would I give this man an alley-oop if he called the police first and said what was going on? If we're trying to paint a narrative, especially if something didn't happen that someone higher up thought was gonna happen, thought was gonna go down, and that service got turned down. I'm just saying, Hollywood ain't no joke. Jonathan Majors maintains denies assault allegations. Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows, said Majors' attorney Pyra Chaudhry in a statement shortly after his arrest. We're quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all charges will be dropped immediately. God, I can't talk this morning. Chaudhry, or is it Chaudhry, also claimed the Major's partner had recanted the statements to the police regarding the assault. And she did. She put out the text messages and all of that. And, now see, this is where they could destroy you. And this is why you have to be careful. You know what I mean? This is where you have to be careful. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, this is why you have to be careful on certain things, because I'm gonna show you exactly. Oh, y'all, my screen is doing stuff, so give me a second. There we go. Okay, I'm cool with this. Okay, so in the wake of his arrest, now only were major advertisements for the U.S. Army Be All You Can Be campaign pulled, where several filmmakers came forward with their experience regarding his actors. Listen to wording. I keep telling y'all, gotta listen to language, because when it comes to us, there's certain language that they use in this film, and it says what their experience regarding the actor's psychopathic behavior. You know what I mean? Now, where was this psychopathic behavior prior to, you know what I mean, all the allegations? It wasn't a psychopath when he was making money. This is just moving slow, so I do apologize. The internet is just doing internet things. Eric Shaw said truth. King Mo, Big Mo in the house. What's going on? TMZ Dre is in the building. Give me just a second. So it said among them was a Broadway director slash actor Tim Nicola, a former classmate of Majors at the New York University. I'm just going to say this about Jonathan Majors and be done with it. Folks at Yale in the broader NYC community have known about him for years. Nicole, I think it's Nicole, said he is a psychopath and abuser, and this is how virtually everyone speaks about him. It's a shame it took this long for him to be reported. Now, this is where I always have a problem with language like this. And I'm gonna tell you why I have a problem with this. Because he wasn't a psychopath, you know what I'm saying, not too long ago. He wasn't crazy, he wasn't a psychopath, he wasn't none of this. you stupid boy. That's the third time I've been on TMZ. Ain't famous. I don't want to be famous. If this what comes with it, I'm cool. I'd rather stay on child support. But again, wording is crucial. Wording is very crucial. When you when you talk about people, like I said, where was this information at prior to? Where was these people coming out against Jonathan Majors prior to his arrest? Wasn't nobody calling him an abuser. Wasn't nobody calling him a psychopath. Wasn't nobody calling him none of that. You know what I mean? If everybody is speaking on it, why didn't they speak up? Why nobody? That's what I have a problem with. That's what I have a problem with. I'm not going to go into any other cases or whatever, but this is a pattern when it comes. This is the thing that I've seen since I've really been kind of studying. I mean, I lived in LA. You know what I mean? I lived in Compton. Used to take the train down to the Kennedy Plaza, across Imperial. Used to go down to the City of Hope. Used to go take the Foothill bus, go over to Pasadena. For Pasadena, go over to the Universal City and try to become an actor. Dog, it's different, and I'm put this on everything I love. It was a totally different feeling than I've ever felt in my whole entire life. I've never felt just this weird feeling. It was an uneasy feeling, and I wasn't in no religion or anything like that. But man, I'm telling you, man, it was just something that was just, I don't know. It just wasn't. It's funny how conveniently certain things come in to light after the fact. Exactly. And it seems like with us, that's when it comes out to light. It just seems like with us, only us, is when these things come out, and it's bad. Okay, so how these events will affect Major's future in the Marvel Cinematic Universe remains unknown, though the actor has completed work on season 2 of Disney Plus's Loki, while Majors was set to portray the MCU's newest big bad. A rumor suggests that Marvel Studios may have had a backup plan to replace Majors as Kang. However, this remains only a rumor and has not been officially confirmed by Marvel or Disney, which I did that story on yesterday. So if you want to see that story, check that story out. Yeah, tell me what you think. I mean, seriously, y'all, what y'all think? What y'all think about this? Now, I'm going to show you something on, shout out to CBR. F. Murray Abraham accused of sexual misconduct on Mystic Quest. He was fired, but this old man ain't being roasted on social media. Why? Because probably he's an old white guy. You know what I mean? And that's what old white guys do. But you know what I mean? He's not being, destroyed in publication. He's not, this information ain't been floating on every major news site, CBS, CNN, all of that, none of that. And this is an Academy Award winner. And this was pro roller saw Abrams' departure from Mythic Quest in 2022 during the series' third season stemmed from multiple sexual misconduct complaints. Multiple. In 2022, you just now hear it. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. 2022, y'all just not hearing about it. They was wondering, what happened to old boy? What happened to him? He was over there being freaky dicky. Y'all just not hearing about it. I'll give you another example. Besides Ezra Miller, the co-creator of Rick and Morty. I did that a minute ago. Dude got so many allegations against him. Do you know that man completed, the next 3 seasons of Rick and Morty before Adult Swim stepped up and said, I think it's time to part ways? Like, seriously. That man did like literally 3 more seasons and he does the voice of Rick and Morty. Allegation after allegation after allegation. You didn't hear nothing about it. They allowed him to keep his job until the allegations was too loud. And then it was like, okay, we got to part ways out. But Jonathan Majors, one incident, and everybody labeled him a psychopath. I literally see Dana White beat the brakes off his woman on camera. On camera. You know what happened to him? Still owns UFC. Still making his money. You don't hear anybody destroying him in the trades and the publications and all of that, calling him a psychopath and all of that and an abuser. Man, that's some good coffee. So that's why we have to be careful about us saying things on social media about the people that that represent us. Now, again, if this brother comes out and he's guilty and he has the evidence against him that he's guilty, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm on whatever. You know what I mean? But when you have no evidence or whatever, let's have a code where we're not destroying each other on social media. Simple request. That's it. Simple request. But what did you guys think about this? These stories. You see how I tied all of that together, and you didn't hear nothing about the other people. The old boy was sexually misconducted for a year, and you didn't hear nothing about it until now. Jonathan Majors, one incident, and he's all of this. You got to be careful, black man and black woman that's out there. You got to be careful because literally this is America. Mo, you right. Can't make this up. Can't make it up. But again, what do you guys think? Make sure to give me the thumbs up. 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 I appreciate everybody who stopped by, who's in the chat. When I get the clip from TMZ, I will post it on Instagram. I will post it on the Facebook page, Twitter, Twitter, TikTok. Also, thank God. I want to say to the family of Ralph Earl, you guys are continually in my prayers. The little brother has left the hospital. He is at home with his family. And the thing about the Ralph, and I'm going to let you guys go. It was an old white dude who did it. And again, because of my integrity, I wasn't gonna come out and be like, "Oh man, it's just race. It's just race. It's just race." And it was just race. That old white dude, man, well, thank God that brother is at home. A gunshot, 2 shots, and that brother went home. You know what I'm saying? With his family. You know what I'm saying? And that old man got charged. You know what I mean? With felony assault with a deadly weapon. You know what I mean? And something else. But I just need justice because again, and I live in Kansas City. I don't like going to Clay County. I'm just saying, I never did. I don't like going to Clay. I don't like going to Platte. I don't like going anywhere around those areas. I've had bad experience there, and I don't like going there at all. I refuse to. Honestly, I'm gonna just be real with you. I don't want to go. Don't want to go at all. So, you know what I mean? But again, What did you guys think about the stories? Make sure you put it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping this thing up. You already know how it is, man. You gotta go.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, so when he's slapping the wrap it up box, I got to get up out of here. But I appreciate everybody who stopped in. Appreciate everybody who commented in the comment section. Shout out to the brothers and sisters from Popcorn and Your Beard. Shout out to everybody that's out there. Eric Shaw, everybody who comments. I appreciate y'all. Peace and vibe higher, man. Have a great rest of you guys' day. Where my outro at? If you came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure to hit the social media accounts that you see below you. I would love to hear from y'all. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe high.